A good way to make sure you have most of what you need to get through this is to pick up a gun cleaning kit like this one. They come in all kinds of sizes, from big kits like this that are kind of meant to stay at home and cover all common pistol calibers as well as rifles and shotguns, to more compact kits like this one that stay in my range bag. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get something good and something that works. Both of these kits cost me about $25. I've used them for a very long time and I clean my guns weekly, which is probably a lot more than most people do. Here's what we need to do a basic cleaning of our firearm. On the left is a cleaning rod with bore brush and handle. To the right of that, patches and a jag. Moving on, we have combination cleaner and lube, nylon brushes, a small container for oil, a soft cloth, and most important, eye and skin protection. There's 3 things you need to know before you start. Number 1, know your firearm by actually reading the manual. This 1911 and this Beretta are 2 different handguns that are serviced differently because each has characteristics the other doesn't. So it's important you read your manual and you understand how your firearm functions before you try to work on it. Number 2, make sure your workspace is clean and clear of any and all live ammunition. And the third and most important thing before cleaning your handgun, make sure your firearm is unloaded and that it's safe. The vast majority of accidents that occur with firearms happen when people are cleaning them. So make sure your finger's off the trigger, your firearm is pointing in the safe direction. Release your magazine, open your slide, visually and tactily check your chamber and your mag well to make sure it's clear. Now that you know that your pistol is safe, disassemble your firearm according to the instructions. Starting with the barrel, pour a small amount of cleaner into the container. If you have it in spray form, you can mist directly onto gun parts. Otherwise, just work out of your small container of oil. Take your bore brush and attach it to the cleaning rod. Remember, brushes are caliber specific and you must use the correct size as not to cause damage. Moisten the brush with cleaner out of your working container. Now starting at the breech end of the barrel and moving towards the muzzle end, push the brush all the way through the bore, then pull it back through. Don't try to reverse direction with the brush still in the barrel. It can ruin your rifling. Run the brush through the bore about 10 to 15 times, adding solvent as you need to. Attach the jag to the cleaning rod and push a patch moistened with cleaner through the bore. This patch will come out real dirty with the material that was loosened by the cleaner and the bore brush. At this point, I like to remove the handle so that I can push clean, dry patches through the barrel from one end to the other. Run several dry patches through the barrel. These should come out progressively cleaner until you can't see any dirt on them. If the patches keep coming out dirty, just keep doing it until they come out clean. Visually check your bore for any remaining fouling, lead, or powder residue. Once you've inspected your barrel, you can wipe it down with your soft cloth and set it aside to dry. With the barrel drying, you can begin working on your frame. I recommend first using a dry brush to scrub and loosen any large pieces of fouling and debris you can remove that way. This will set you up in a good spot, then go back and hit the same surfaces again with a second brush that has cleaner on it. I found using 2 separate brushes like this works a lot better than using the same dirty one for everything. After giving your frame a good brushing, take a look to make sure it's as clean as you'd like, then give it a short breather if you're satisfied with it. After you're done, pick up your slide and give it the same 1-2 punch with the dry and wet brushes as you did with your frame. Do the same to all the rest of the parts as well, making sure you get everything. After all the hard cleaning, go back to your jagging patches to give every surface you hit with the brush as a final pass. All the major dirt and grime should be gone now, so use this pass to inspect your pistol for cracks, unusual wear, and other defects now that it's in pieces. Also check for screws, pins, or other parts that may have come loose or shifted from their position. When you're finished, you've reached the point of putting your handgun back together. Reassemble your firearm following your manual's instructions. When you're done, finally give it one last wipe down with a lightly oiled cloth. Your gun is now clean. And don't forget about your magazine. Maintenance of semi-automatic pistol magazines is critical for proper pistol functioning. Most magazines are designed to be disassembled. Clean your magazine the same way you clean your pistol. Alright, so now that your firearm's clean and you have everything put back together, it's a good idea to do a function check just to make sure you have everything reassembled the way you should. So making sure that my finger's off the trigger and my firearm is pointing in the safe direction, I'm just going to check the components to make sure everything's operating. So my slide moves smoothly, my trigger feels right, the reset's good, my safety engages positively, and my magazines seat firmly and they release easily. So this guy is ready for the range. And you folks know how to clean a firearm now.